up, guys? Chris Flores here, and welcome to this week's Chalk Talk. This week's topic we're going to discuss is deciding what exercises to choose for your programming. It's a big deal in the industry. I have a lot of personal trainers come up and ask, well, what do you guys do? How do you decide what exercises to choose for different clients? And we're going to let you into our top secret vault. And here is our FLO Fitness program design flow chart. All right. We live by the KISS principle. I'm sure you all heard it before. Keep it simple, stupid. All right. This is basically as simple as it gets, and it's extremely complex if you really get into the details of it, but we're keeping it as simple as possible. So at the top you have exercise ideas. Okay. What this goes into is if you're at a seminar, you learn some new exercise, you get some new exercise ideas. You know, we've all been there. You're sitting at a seminar and you're listening, you're like, oh, I can do this, I can do that, I can do that, and like a million things run through your head. So then you go back to the gym or your facility, and all of a sudden your whole programming shifts and you do all these crazy different ideas, and a lot of times it's not beneficial to your clients. It's just beneficial to keep you sane and not bored. So we have at the top of the chart here, exercise ideas. These are all the crazy exercises you come up with, all the stuff you see on YouTube, all the stuff you see at seminars. So it's your exercise ideas. So the first thing you're going to decide after you have all your ideas is, does it have a purpose in my programming? All right? Purpose. Does it have a purpose? Is it necessary? That's something you have to ask yourself. Without purpose, there's no reason to be doing any of this stuff. Okay? So does it have a purpose? Yes, it has a purpose. You go on to the next step. No, forget about it. Let it go. All right? You may use it for another program, for someone else. But if it doesn't have a purpose, just get rid of it. Sometimes people listen to certain speakers, and some of these people are clinicians. They work one-on-one with people in a secluded setting. A lot of stuff's not going to be beneficial to someone who does group exercise. Or if I'm doing group fitness, then I don't need to listen to someone who's doing just this little tiny stuff one-on-one. Now, if I'm a one-on-one person and a group fitness person is trying to give me advice, sometimes it doesn't go hand in hand because I can't use the advice of a group fitness person when I'm doing only one-on-ones. So, if it doesn't have a purpose, forget about it. If it does have a purpose, you say, yes, it does have a purpose for my programming. It makes sense. It should go into my programming. The next thing you ask yourself is my client ready for it, and can they handle it? Sometimes there's great exercises, and they'll work really good in the program, but if your client can't handle it, and they're not ready for it, then you shouldn't be using it in the programming for that person. So that's the next question you ask yourself. If they're not ready for it, and they can't handle it, you forget about it. Toss it out. If they can handle it, and they are ready for it, then yes, then use it. So let's say you're doing rehab for an ankle injury, and you're doing squats or you're doing reverse lunges, and you're like, all right, can I do a one-leg TRX squat? All right, it's useful for the program. You give it to the athlete, and they're wobbling and going all over the place. Well, obviously, at this point of their programming, they are not ready. They can't handle the exercise, so you forget about it. You scratch out your program and go on to something else. Come up with a different idea. At some point, you might come back to it and say, wow, they're ready to handle it. So, yes, they can handle it. Yes, they're ready for it. Now I'm going to use it and put it into a program. So, it's really that simple. All right, don't overlook it or go all crazy with stuff. It's really simple here. Exercise idea. Does it have a purpose in my programming? Yes or no? If it does have a purpose in my programming, are they ready for it? Is the client ready for it? Can they handle it? Can they do these exercises? Yes, use it. There you have it. It's really that simple, people. Don't overlook it. Don't go too crazy. Keep it as simple as possible. Chris Flores, FLO Fitness, next generation. Grow with the flow. See you next week for another Chalk Talk.